Good morning, I am Mr. Ish. I sincerely hope everyone is having the most wonderful morning today, and we are looking here at questions adapted from actual standardized tests. These are two questions we will look at. Let's start with this question. A club committee is made up of 28 people. Of those, 4 are boys, 8 are girls, 10 are parents, and 6 are teachers. In how many different ways can a 6-person group be made, having 2 boys, 2 girls, 1 parent, and 1 teacher? If you were to add 2 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1, you'll get that 6. It's a combination question. There's nothing in this question related to permutations because it's not talking about a specific order in how you'll make that group. It's just talking about in general 6 people of which you want to have these categories. This number 28 is just here to deceive you. It by no means is involved. You're thinking about combinations of how you can make boys and girls and one each of parent and teacher, and this is how you would do it. You'll think about combinations n, c, r, and you know that's n factorial or r factorial, n minus r factorial. I've already presented 2 videos on this subject of combinations. You can always review those. But let's get into this question. In how many ways can you make 2 boys? You're going to look at the category here of boys. There are 4 of them. So you'll do 4c2 because you have 4 boys of which you have to select 2. You're going to multiply in here in the counting and the combinations you're multiplying. Let's talk about the girls. There are 8 girls and you have to pick out 2 from those. So 8c2. You got 10 parents. From these 10 parents you got to pick only 1. Not too bad. And you have 6 teachers, 6c1, and you got to do this. Let's break it down. 4 factorial over 2 factorial, n minus r factorial. Then you have 8 factorial over 2 factorial and 6 factorial, n minus r, 8 minus 2, 6. And then you'll have 10 factorial over 1 factorial and then 9 factorial. 10 minus 1 is at 9. And then lastly, you have 6 factorial. You have 1 factorial and then 5 factorial, again n minus r. You have to individually do the computations. It's not hard. Out of this right here, we will get a 6 because you'll have a 24 divided by 4. From here, let's bring this into focus. You'll have a 28 come out from right here. These computations you know how to do. From here, you'll have a 10 because the 9 will cancel out everything up to that 10. Here, you'll have a 6. You multiply these numbers and that right there is your answer. And your answer is 10,080. So there are 10,080 ways for you to handle this task you have. This question over here will be our second and the last question for this video. It serves as an excellent question, something that you could actually see because it has been adapted from a good standardized test question. A group has 15 individuals and we will use abbreviations here. Of these 15, we have 7 police officers, we have 4 firefighters and 4 paramedics. A 3-person emergency response team is to be made. If 1 police officer and 1 firefighter leave the group, in how many different ways can a 3-person emergency response team be made if that team must have 1 police officer, 1 firefighter, and 1 paramedic? Since nothing over here indicates that we're talking about order, we're looking again at a question of combinations, and you know the formula is n factorial or r factorial and n minus r factorial. We know we have total of 15 people who will not be utilized in this question, but we're just breaking it down. Of these, 7 are police officers, 4 are firefighters, and 4 are paramedics. We also know that 1 police officer left and 1 firefighter had to leave. So we end up with 6 police officers and we end up with 3 firefighters and we still have 4 paramedics. If you have to select 1 from each, it's not hard. You're doing 6C1 to represent the ways you can select 1 police officer from 6. And then you're doing 3C1 for the number of ways you can select 1 firefighter from a total of 3 who are available. And finally, 4C1 for paramedic, 1 can be selected from a group of 4. You just have to do all of this. It's not hard. 6 factorial or 5 factorial, 1 factorial times 3 factorial or 1 factorial, 2 factorial, n minus r factorial. You can flip around in the order. It doesn't really matter. Here you have 4 factorial or 1 factorial, 3 factorial. When you look at all of this, you'll end up with a 6 over here. From here, you'll end up with a 3. From here, you'll end up with a 4. You do 12 times 6 and your answer is 72. So there's 72 different ways in which a 3-person emergency response team can be made, having 1 police officer, 1 firefighter, 1 paramedic from an available number of 6 police officers, 3 firefighters, and 4 paramedics. And that right there brings this question to an end. An interesting question. Keep these type of techniques in your mind. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned. Have a nice day.